So I want to show you something I've been doing in the past couple of days. We went to the range out on Sunday, had a good time out there with my dad and my wife and sisters and everybody. And I was getting that itch after we left. I was like, man, I just can't get to the range very much. I don't have a whole lot of money for ammo. It's a great time when we go, and I would love to go more, but that costs money and it takes time just to get out there and get everything set up and all. And I can't shoot around here because I live in the city. So I decided to get a new little something to help train without having to go to the range. So here's what we got. Here we have my Smith & Wesson M&P 9 magazine, all. But then here we have Smith & Wesson M&P 40 BB pistol. As you can see, they're the same size. Even the magazines, about the same size and all. And then the guns themselves, same size. They're about the same weight. The BB pistol is just a hair lighter than an empty real firearm. But they just take these little 12-gram CO2 cartridges. You get about, I'd say probably 3 or 4 magazines. This holds 15 BBs. Just your standard, what is it? Let's see here, the .177 caliber. Same size as the pellets and whatnot that you get. This holds 15 shots, just like the real M&P 40. The CO2 cartridge goes in the bottom. It comes with an Allen wrench, and you pull that little, you unscrew that little plug, slide your CO2 cartridge in there, and then you tighten that back down, and it goes up, and that's what pierces the seal, and then you get a good 3 or 4 mags out of it. So give me a second here to get this thing loaded up, and I'll show you how it works. Alright, I got it loaded up. It's just got your 15 BBs there. I got the CO2 cartridge under there, and this one, just like the other M&P pistols, you take, if with the slide locked open, well, if you do it hard enough, when you slam that magazine up in there, at least with mine, you slam that magazine up in there and the slide will close on its own. But here's my little setup here. All it does, this thing has, it goes 310 feet per second. And what I just use is dip lids. This is just an old apple box from the grocery store. And then I took a towel, folded it in half, and put it around the inner box. And then I slid the smaller box into the bigger box, and it just pinches the towel around there, so when it hits this, hits the towel, it hits it and then just falls into the box and rolls in. It's at a little bit of an angle. I've just got it stacked up on some other junk that's in here in the garage. But the point of the dip can lid being on there is that's a small target, and the way I train is I shoot at small targets. Usually I'll use, if I'm out at the real range shooting a rifle, pistol, or whatnot, I'll use clay pigeons. I'll set them up on the berm, and that way I've got a small target to shoot at. Because I figure if you get used to shooting at a target that's real small, and you get proficient at that and consistent with hitting it, then if the situation comes up, a full-size target is going to be no problem. I think a lot of people say they'll miss, or aim small, miss small. I don't know. I say I get used to shooting at a small target. That way bigger targets are no problem. But the reason I went with the blowback version right here, it's the slide, every trigger pull, slide shoots back to load up another BB. That's the way it looks in there. You've got your magazine there. This little nub that you see sticking out there, that will go forward and grab another BB, loading it into the chamber. But the reason I did that is because, see, slide release works and all, is that when you've got it on target and you shoot, the recoil isn't the same as an actual firearm, of course, but but the reason I went with the blowback and not the cheaper version that doesn't have a, it's just a solid gun, you put everything in there and nothing moves, but that there simulates the recoil, and it forces me, with that slide coming back, it forces me to reacquire the front sight post, get back on target, and send another round down. So I figured that's about as realistic as I can get in my garage. But now, this thing of BBs, 6,000 BBs, $6. 25 of the 12 gram CO2 cartridges, that was like $11. So now, and the gun itself was $89 was the cheapest I could find it. It just comes with one magazine. It comes with the 3 different back straps that you can take off, just like the real M&P. It does have the rail down there, working safety, which I don't have on my the real one. But I switched that over to fire and just leave it there. And with the good part about having this thing with the full same specs is that I can use this pistol in my existing holster. So here in my garage, I can holster it and stand there. I downloaded a shot timer on my phone, just a free app, and that thing beeps. I can unholster, get on target, fire, reholster. I can get multiple shots, or I can just work on my drawing. I've got this here punching bag that I can use for if I want to work with, moving out from cover, inching around to get on target and moving from cover. Different shooting positions I can work on, just techniques, and so that way I can shoot here at home cheaply without really any problems. Since it shoots slow enough, it doesn't go through garage doors or really anything. It might make it through cardboard, but not by much. But that's what I've been working with. I wanted to get this one so that I could simulate all of the regular stuff using my existing holster, actually drawing and getting on target, having to reacquire the sight picture and all the front sight post. So it allows me to train here at home without having to go to a range. It's a good idea, I think. I've already noticed, I was doing it for about an hour or two last night, I've already noticed getting more comfortable with the motions, just over and over and over and over again. I was in here, just draw, get on target, one shot, back in the holster. And I've already noticed I'm getting more and more comfortable, more and more fluid with it. The time on the timer was getting lower and lower, and that was just after a few hours. So shooting is a perishable skill. If you don't use it, you lose it. So you do need to keep up on your training and keep those skills getting sharper and sharper and sharper. So that's all that is. So I'll see y'all later. Y'all be good. One thing I forgot to mention, a big deal, is when you are shooting your BB pistol, training in the garage, make sure that your real pistol is not in the room. Because if you're sitting there and you've got these there, you take out your regular, your real pistol, put it down, and you go and you're picking up your BB pistol to train, they kind of look the same. And if you just happen to grab the wrong one, oh yeah, let's get shooting, you're going to have a whole big mess on your hands with, not only is that not safe, of course, police will be called, somebody could get hurt, there's going to be a hole in your house, possibly a hole in somebody else's house, some cars might be driving by. So to avoid that, I always leave my real pistol in another room. So that way there is no chance whatsoever that I'm going to grab the wrong one. Because you only get you only get one chance when you grab the wrong one. Then you've got to explain yourself to a lot of different people. It's probably going to cost you a lot of money, and it's going to be a huge headache. So, real one, different room, have it nowhere near you. So there's that safety deal. A lot of people also say wear safety glasses. You don't need ear pro with the BB pistols, but do keep an eye on down there if it's going to hit something hard and bounce back. If you've got one that's higher powered, keep an eye on that, because where you're shooting, it may go through it. But be safe with it. Get more proficient. Just I wanted to make sure I made the point of make sure that the real gun and the real ammo are nowhere near when you're doing it. So I'm going to get back to training. Y'all be good.